All right, guys, if you want to create more speed with less effort, you're going to want to watch this video. My name is Andrew Emery. Welcome to my channel. I talk about using the wrists and arms in the golf swing all the time because so many golfers, of course, have turned off those fast twitch muscle fibers because they believe that they are terrible, they're evil, they should never be in the golf swing. We should square the club face with the body. We should move the body faster if we want to hit it further. We should lean the shaft forward. And finally, the killer of all killers, we need to get open if we're going to hit the ball further. You've heard all of these things. How's that working for you guys? Think about it for a second. If it is working for you, I always say, keep doing it. All these coaches are very heart-centered. They're very good at what they do, but I would pay a lot of attention to the type of students they're coaching, especially when they're doing these videos. It's a lot of elite athletes. They're ballerinas. They move their body like it's unbelievable. They got no bones, okay? I am 53 years old. If you are 50 plus, this is going to make a world of difference. I know that for sure. So what we need to do is we've got to sort of get the arms unstuck, okay? You're driving your body ahead of your arms. You're leaving your arms at the start line, which forces you to release the club early. What we need to understand is the wrists and arms create 80% of the speed in the golf swing. A lot of people say you need to use your hands. And essentially, the hands are responsible for grip integrity, the way we hold the golf club. It's the wrists really that articulate the club face in many respects. But we can't be afraid to use the wrists and arms and get them reactivated in your golf swing if you're losing speed. In my opinion, you can't move your wrists and arms fast enough from the top of the backswing. If you want to hit the ball further, you've got to spend less time spinning and trying to get open, and you've got to spend more time delaying that spin phase and allowing your arms to work down and then your forearms to rotate. That's what's giving you the snap at the point of collision. That's what's going to give you your speed. The more I keep my upper body back as I start my downswing, the faster I move my arms and the club, the further I hit the golf ball. The crazy thing is, it doesn't mean I'm not using my body. We've got something called proprioception. That's our mind's ability to feel what the club is doing in time and space without using our eyes, not doing it in front of a mirror. And our feels and reels are normally fairly misaligned. Bottom line is, I can't swing my arms without moving my body. Very, very difficult to do that. Try throwing a ball with your arms without moving your body dynamically, all right? We don't call it body-eye coordination. If you're playing any paddle sports, if you're playing ping pong, if you're playing paddle tennis or tennis, if you're playing any of these sports, you're using your wrists and arms. It doesn't mean your body's not responding dynamically. All right, I'm gonna hit a couple of golf balls. Now, the longer I keep my body back, the faster I move my arms, the further I hit the golf ball. It's always been that way. Most of the students that work with me have been sold on this body turning motion, and they're hitting it shorter and they're hitting it further and further to the right. A lot of the time, opposites work really, really well, okay? Notice how my upper body's facing back to the camera. When I strike the golf ball, I'm gonna feel like my chest is facing the golf ball. Yes, it's a feel, okay? It's not a real, it's a feel, okay? That's gonna allow my arms to swing past my body. Arms past your body? Are you serious? I'm dead serious. Get your arms swinging past your body, guys. You won't regret it. Let's go ahead and hit a couple here. Love that. That's a .45 9-iron, somewhere in there. One more time. I'm gonna allow my arms to drop. One more. That was even better. Love that. So I'm not getting terribly open with my hips there. If I'm anything like you, the more I try and turn this hip, the more I move my pelvis forward, right? I start to lose my angles. I start to release the club earlier, and I just get worse is what happens with me. And that's the case with the vast majority of you if you're 50 plus. If you've never worked on this, incredibly important. Let's talk about leverage in the golf swing. We've got to go ahead and hinge the wrist towards the lower arm. We fold the lower arm, we elevate the upper arm. We hinge, we fold, we elevate. That creates a box to the side of us, what we call structure, okay? If I can create some structure here, I'm creating some angles. I don't come down from here by turning my hips and spinning my body, and miraculously all this stuff is going to unpack perfectly at impact. That's not what I'm doing. What I'm doing here is I am consciously feeling my upper arm de-elevate, do the opposite of what it did on the way back. So remember, we hinge, fold, elevate. I'm going to de-elevate. I'm going to start to unfold. Yes, I'm going to allow my trail arm to start to straighten. Well, that's what's going to shallow the golf club. It's what de-elevates the golf club. It's what gets it down on a better orbit, if that makes any sense. I love that feeling, the feeling of width, the feeling of getting my arms out in front of my body, creating space, creating some expansion. The more I fire my body from the top of the backswing, the opposite applies. I feel pinched, I feel narrow, I feel stuck. I feel like I'm forced to throw the club out in order to save it in many, many respects, okay? So we've got to understand here, we want to create speed. We don't spin the body or fire the hips or get open. What we do is create some leverage to the side of us, all right? And then start to get rid of these angles. Just like that. That's given me a ton of speed and a ton of energy. That's how you create speed. Do not be afraid to use your hands in your golf swing. That's what I want you to understand. All of you, okay? You get to the top of the backswing, you elite golfers firing your lower body and leaving your arms at the start line. It's different, but it's the same as firing your upper body and leaving your arms at the start line for you slicers out there. You're both out of sequence. That's what a golf swing is. It's nothing more than a sequence. Really good. Love that. All right. If you think about this for a second, it's going to make sense. Get your arms speeding up relative to the speed your body is turning. Don't move your arms and your body at the same speed and then try and release that club out here. Very, very difficult to do that. My arms essentially are sequencing more with my body. If I stall the spin phase, if I slow my body down, that's why when you swing smooth, the ball goes a lot further. When you're not over swinging, the ball goes a lot further, guys, because your body isn't out racing your arms. Your arms are naturally swinging down in front of you, all right? Improving your swing sequence. If you think this concept, which is all it is, guys, it's a concept, could help, go ahead and share. If you have any comments, always get back to people. And thank you so much for continuing to support the channel and pressing that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. Get after it, guys. We'll talk to you next time. All right, guys, a little TV timeout. I want to talk about my upcoming golf schools in end of July, August, September, October. I do a lot of half and full day immersions, one-on-one, where people take a deep dive into their games, working with me in person. These are a little bit different. 8 golfers over 2 days, 8 hours of coaching, 2 9-hole on-course sessions over 2 days, guys. Going to be a lot of fun. 2 coaches, myself, my assistant coach. We're going to do a heck of a job. Very heart-centered in what we do. We want to keep things very, very simple, but we want to be very, very impactful. There is definitely an easier way. I'm located at the Links of Stono Ferry. We're due west of downtown Charleston, about 18 miles. Absolutely beautiful place to visit. The link is in the description to my 2-day golf school, so check it out. I look forward to working with you. We'll talk to you soon.